Welcome. In this video, Chapter 4, For Emergency, and For Night of Girls Frontline will be summarized. Throughout the video, there will be spoilers for the story of Girls Frontline. If you don't want to be spoiled, please go and play the game. Continuing from where Chapter 3 left off, Hellion congratulates the commander on a job well done, after defeating Hunter and giving G&K a chance to restore human settlement. But things need to keep moving, with Hellion explaining to the commander that their next mission is to help a team of T-Dolls investigate hidden files in Area SO9 that contain important SF plans. Said team was ambushed and the commander needs to provide cover for them. Elsewhere, at an abandoned SF outpost, UMP-45 and HK-416 arrive at their destination 20 minutes ahead of schedule. 45 teases 416 to thank the commander with all she's got. 416 brushes her off and asks if they're at the right place. 45 confirms that it's the same place that AR team fought with Agent and that 416 can save her where that pal of hers suffered. 416 threatens 45 and finishes recovering the data that has Agent's coordinates, and asks 45 to call back UMP-9 so that they can continue their pursuit. 416 looks a bit longer for data about her pal, with 45 leaving to go check up on 9. Back in the TAC Center, Hellion informs the commander of the new SF ringleader they're dealing with named Intruder. She's a newer model, and because of that, there's no info about her whatsoever. From an investigation, it was found that Intruder specializes in giving commands. The commander now must block a reinforcement route to prevent them from pouring into the battlefield. Out at the field base, M16 calls into M4, telling M4 that she managed to find a depot and that she still has some business to attend to. M4 asks what business she has and when she's coming back, with M16 dodging the question and hanging up. Sop asks M4 if there's any news from M16. Before she can answer, a public broadcast is made. Intruder is the one making the broadcast, saying that they should focus on the task at hand instead of waiting for news from M16. Star didn't expect Intruder to appear so soon, with Intruder explaining that it wouldn't be polite of her if she didn't entertain her guests, further explaining that the reinforcements were only one of many that she has. Without thinking, M4 tells Intruder that they'll be targeting their defenses next. Intruder believes that her master will object to it, but she welcomes them regardless. M4 asks the commander to give them the order to attack as they're already at her door. At M16's hiding spot, M16 sits atop a dead SF soldier, having just been helped by 416. M16 saw her coming, but tells 416 that she must have some reason for killing someone other than SF units. 416 says that with her rights as part of Squad 404, she can attack any T-Doll that hinders her action, friend or enemy. M16 says 416 is jealous and is immediately told to shut up, being reminded of the price she has to pay. 416 was never glad about her authorization until this moment, with M16 being fond of her back in national security. 416 knows that M16 can't run this time. Once again in the TAC Center, Hellion tells the commander that the team in charge of the mission has cut off their comms, and that the commander needs to find their whereabouts. Hellion reminds the commander to be wary of Intruder, as she's known for her plots and schemes. Back over at M16's hiding spot, M16 and 416 have just finished fighting. 416 believed herself to be the more outstanding T-Doll, but M16 explains that she falls short in experience, reaction, and training. 416 thinks that M16 is making excuses, asking what she is to M16. M16 explains that 416 has nothing on her, being worthless, boring, and nothing to her. 416 hates that M16 is always self-assured no matter the situation, asking her while screaming if she ever has a weak moment. Quote, "No T-Doll is completely emotionless. That's the problem," M16 says, before asking for 416 to stand aside as M4 is waiting for her. 416 believes she's found M16's weakness, with M16 threatening 416 to keep her mouth shut. M4 calls Intruder, asking where M16 is, asking what her objective is as G&K has already entered her territory, yet she hasn't launched a single counterattack. Intruder is surprised that M4 got frightened by her doing nothing, but tells M4 that the order she's received is to kill some time. M4 is confused as to why that's an order she received, and jokingly invites M4 to, quote, her tea house to sit down and enjoy a nice cup of tea with her. M4 says they'll meet very soon, as the squad G&K sent has traced the coordinates left behind. Back over at M16's hiding spot, M16 asks if UMP-45 is not here to finish after 416. 45 explains that she's just here to pick up 416 while heading home. M16 calls 45 gutsy for operating alone, as her team isn't big to begin with. 45 tells her that 9 is more than enough to handle the mission, and 416 is along for a holiday. M16 laughs at 416, thinking breaking her legs is her idea of a vacation. 45 says that 416 is just a bit upset, which is why M16 spared her, and why 45 is sparing M16. 45 tells M16 that her being spared would be wasted if she goes back immediately, with her whispering into M16's ear, "It's raining on the plane," after M16 asks what she learned during her mission. M16 doesn't understand, with 45 explaining that their comms logs intercepted through infiltration. 41,960 results yielded, including mentions of defense that contradicts basic battle strategies, showing a comparison chart. M16 tells her to dumb it down for her, but 45 refuses and tells her that her creator would be more interested in it than her. 45 takes her leave and says if anyone asks about Squad 404, tell them they were wiped out. Hellion tells the commander that the squad has suddenly gone missing, making an emergency alteration to the operation strategy. The mission of killing Intruder is now entrusted to the commander, but thankfully the squad left behind markings and routes to use as a reference. When Intruder is defeated, all of Area SO9 will be recovered. The battle finishes, and M4 looms over Intruder, telling her that it's over. Intruder is still happy about the outcome as she still accomplished her mission. Intruder's mission was to kill time, more specifically G&K's time. This gave plenty of time for SF to make their preparation, with, quote, "the real show beginning in no time." As Intruder passes, M4 attempts to interrogate her body, asking where M16 is. M16 appears, making M4 almost speechless. M4 slaps the injured M16, presumably being angry about her being missing for so long. M4 asks how she made it back, with M16 saying that she'll tell her later, as she has something important to say to the commander. At the field base, M16 introduces herself to the commander and says that they're in big trouble, repeating what 45 told her, "It's raining on the plane." And for emergency, AR team is tasked with going to different databases in areas they've already been to, and recovering the data within the databases. In the first database, they find a file that says, "They are in your house," with M4 theorizing it may have something to do with a TDOL's neural cloud. The second audio file says, "They are in your car," third saying, "They are in the skies," and fourth saying, "Now they're coming for you." M4 combines the 4 files together, with the result making a video file. The video file has to do with their last op, a complete record of everything they've done, with who did it, how they did it, and why they did it being unknown. M4 gives the file to the commander, and it unlocks Chapter 0. And for a night, someone named RO has a run-in with Type 92, who tells RO that all personnel assigned to her this time are notorious punks, Type 92 included. RO tells Type 92 to stop calling her commander, as she's just a T-doll with a temp authorization. Getting to the mission, a teammate of theirs found a lead on something called Document 36, but triggered an SF alarm and needs help escaping. The two go to rescue the stranded T-doll, who 92 says is a 7 out of 10 on annoyance. 92 reaches the trapped T-doll, who's revealed to be AAT-52, who thanks 92 for not just leaving her. RO asks what 10 out of 10 is for 92, with 92 saying it's a dead teammate. RO just wants the info 52 has, with her quickly telling that Doc 36 is being held onto by a human who stayed behind. 92 thought all humans evacuated the area, but RO believes 52 as there are humans who went missing during the evac, possibly staying behind to move the docs around before SF made it to the settlement. 92 hopes that they'll hand it over, as without authorization from a superior, G&K T-dolls can't get violence towards humans. The two move to find the human with Doc 36. The humans who stay behind are located in a shelter nearby, with RO being confident in her ability to make the human tell her where the document is. 92 is a little doubtful, but is reassured by RO as she says there won't be any unexpected circumstances. The team reaches the shelter, with 52 calling out to the humans and getting no response. 92 notices that there was some sort of danger, meaning that the humans switch locations at short notice. There's no sign of the document, and RO struggles to figure out what to do in the situation, as 92 and 52 attempt to comfort her. Sten calls into RO, with RO forgetting who she is and getting scolded by 92 for forgetting her teammates. Sten reports that she found a human that hasn't evacuated, being located in an office of a certain department store. RO asks Sten to get in touch with the human, but she's unable as he locked himself inside the building and is rejecting all communication. RO assumes he's looking for Dock 36, so that he may destroy it, meaning that they may have to hurry to his location. Sten also discovered a large machine that SF is setting up, but is unable to tell what purpose it serves. Sten lays low while RO and the others head to the office. RO's team arrives at the location and is immediately targeted by an explosion. The huge machine Sten was talking about was an SF mortar, with RO remembering the firing pattern before, as AR team encountered it. Sten reports that the building was hit and the human is seriously injured and unconscious. RO tells Sten to grab the document while they take care of the human. Sten finds Dock 36 with RO telling her to bring it back. Sten refuses as the human gave her an order to destroy the document. RO and Sten argue back and forth, with it being revealed that the man is the leader of a crime syndicate. Just as RO convinces Sten to bring the document back, an explosion goes off and the communication is cut. RO is cut off from the rest of the squad. Hopeless, RO asks AR-15 what she would do in the situation. A voice calls out to RO, saying that AR-15 can't help her, but she can. The voice is Makarov, who makes a timely arrival. With Makarov by her side, RO is able to neutralize the SF signal outpost, with Makarov telling RO to hurry as the artillery may fire again at any second. While searching, Makarov floats the idea of the G and KT dolls being the targets, as all of the shots hit RO's team members. RO gets hit by another shell, and a recording of Star starts playing. Star says that she can't ever return to AR team, with that being the way things are, and if she doesn't see her next time, then the worst has happened. Star apologizes, and the video ends. The three other members recover RO from under a pile of rubble, with RO thinking that she's in heaven. The other three were able to recover RO as more G and KT dolls drew SF soldiers away from their location. Makarov calls to see if RO is still alive, which she confirms. As they make their way back to the base, RO swears that she'll make SF pay for the destruction they've caused. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Twitter for updates and check out my other Azure Lane and Arknights videos as well.